Good morning. Welcome to workout 2 of the week. Just gonna set my timer. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but the garbage trucks are going by. Hey Jill, good morning. Hey Tasha. Tasha and I are doing a live later today together. I'm excited. Okay. Ready? Let's go. Look at my outfit today. You guys don't watch me for fashion inspiration, hey? Hey Jill, good morning. I sat out on my patio last night with a fire. It was so awesome, oh my goodness. In March. Okay, so marching. Remember you guys, always do your pace, your level, your effort. We always start low, no impact. We do 3 rounds of warm-up. So the first one is like, yeah, I'm doing this. That's the effort level. It's like waking up the mind, waking up the body, getting your mind on board with some movement and some effort. The second round is like, okay, I'm starting to feel this, and then the third one's like, let's go. That's our 3 rounds. If you need to keep it at the first round for the whole workout, like that kind of level, this kind of level, no impact, then you do you. There's no judgment, no criticism when you're on my clock. I mean, I can't see you, I can't hear you, I can't feel you all the way through the camera, but I want you to know that's my rule. There's no criticism, no judgment. And I will lecture you for the next 30 minutes about it. And I'm lecturing myself at the same time, FYI, because we all have those thoughts, but they don't do us any good. So we're just going to, so I always think of warm-up as almost like a self-assessment or a self-audit, like where am I at today? How am I feeling today? Is it gonna be a good day? Is it gonna be like, it doesn't really matter because you're here. It's not like a report card, like, you know, there's no fail. The only fail is you not showing up and you not doing it, right? And you know, you can't fail, or you can only fail if you don't show up, right? So you just kind of go, okay, where am I at today? Is this a kind of a tired, heavy? Because we all have it. We all have like cycles. can't do circles, and we all have cycles through the month, right? Like ups and downs. And our job is to be consistent as we ride through those, as we move through those, I should say. Our job is to keep consistency and just observe, almost like you're not you, almost like you're outside of you. Yeah, today I'm tired. Like whatever, it has no meaning, it has no relativity unless you assign meaning or relativity to it, right? Or, you know what? I feel freaking awesome today. Yay me, right? And the true magic is, okay, so we're gonna add a little hop for those of you who want to increase intensity. The true magic is when you can not attach emotion to the highs as well as the lows, right? So it's fun to attach emotion to the highs. It's fun to like, be like, yeah, like be pumped, but I always think of this saying or advice I got in terms of haters or criticism, right? You can't take the criticism seriously or the hate seriously and the support, right? You kind of have to omit both. So you shouldn't respond to people who, you know, offer up hate, but simultaneously you can't lift yourself with people who offer up support, right? Because then you're still responding to somebody else. So I think kind of the same thing with our feelings around, like if you're like, oh, I feel like crap today, and then you let that get you down on yourself, you use it to judge yourself and criticize yourself. You want to stay neutral, you know, so simultaneously when you're like on fire and pumped, and I mean, yeah, you want to use that energy for good, but then there's the law of polarity. I've been studying not this one, 7 or 11 universal laws that are scientifically proven laws of the universe. And one of them is law of polarity. Law of polarity is kind of the equal and opposite of, like the tide goes out, the tide comes in, right? The sun comes up, the sun goes down. If something really, really good happens, then that's not a good one. I can't think of another one. But everything has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you allow yourself to get really, really high and excited and pumped, then you're gonna have an equal and opposite low when the lows come, if that makes sense. So the idea, what you want to aim for, is almost more like a steady state, flow state, where you're always blissful and happy and detached and knowing that everything is the way it's supposed to be. I've been reading The Greatest Secret, and that's what the whole book is about. It's hard to understand actually for me, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably a really easy read, but for me, okay, so now we go to high intensity for those of you who want to. So lifting those knees up, really lift, try to use your core, lift with kind of these core muscles. I was hot to start, and I'm already sweating. Get fast as you can. If you're going hard, again, you can keep these at low impact if you need to. You can still increase intensity by going a little faster, lifting those arms if you can. I know Karen just had surgery, but on her shoulder, so she can't lift her arms, but try to get those heels all the way up to kick your butt. All the way up to kick your butt. Fast feet if you can. I know we have various people who join us with various, I do have shorts on, just so you guys know. You can see my shirt drifting. So adding a hop if you can. I know we have various people. I'm not sure if Sarah Turner does these workouts. I know she has plantar fasciitis. Karen just had her shoulder reconstructed. Linda has an arm that's shorter than the other. No excuses, Linda. I woke up to a notification that Linda did her workout last night after a 7K walk. We gotta give Linda a shout out. She is a true inspiration, honestly, you guys. Like, just the exercise of will from her. But she is in some kind of zone right now where it's like, it's non-negotiable for her to miss a workout. It's true, it's inspiring to me. Who else? Dawn's at physio this morning because she has Dawn, I don't remember what you did to your foot. I just know, I'm pretty sure she was in a boot. So we have a a number of different challenges to overcome in this group. So always modify as you need to for you. Don't think, oh, I can't do these workouts because, you know, I can't do exercise. Bring a set of weights with you to the workout and just modify and just join us anyways. Okay, I got Tasha, Jill, and I think Karen. I think Karen's here with us. All right, so grab a drink. We are going to do, I gave it a name today. It's always a good workout when it has a name. It's called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 rounds of 4 exercises, 3 exercises, 2 exercises, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm going to, no, we're all set. All right, are you guys ready? Who's ready? We're starting with 4 cardio exercises. Then we go to 3 leg exercises, 2 upper body exercises, 1 core exercise. I might flip core and upper actually, now that I'm thinking of it. All right, 5 for 5 rounds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We do get breaks in between, don't worry. Okay, so we're starting with TH jacks. I'm gonna put my paper here so I can see it. TH jacks. If I got organized, I have it. Okay, so TH jacks. The faster you go, obviously, the harder they are. We're doing 30 seconds. And then we're going right to the next cardio exercise, which I'm not sure what it is. I have to look at my sheet. But we're doing 4 in a row, so pace yourself, 2 minutes of cardio. We're going to high kicks. So I'm going to show you 2 options. High kicks can look like this for low impact, or you can add a jump. Okay? I'm just wondering, I'm thinking of anybody who needs to modify this. I don't think. So make sure this is supposed to be cardio, so we want your heart rate up, we want you sweating. You're doing a 2-minute cardio. The next one is log jumps, okay? So here's low impact, lifting that knee so like you're stepping over a log. Higher impact. So you want to really lift that knee. And jump over a log, not a twig. So picture an actual log and try to make sure your effort, half burpee. So we're in plank and we're jumping back and forth. Okay, low impact can look like that. If you can't do this, you can do these standing up, which will look like this, okay? Or modify with marching on the spot. Okay, that's our cardio round. Lunges, okay? So we're gonna do forward lunges. Let's do prisoner style. That helps you keep your upper body upright, okay? So make sure your elbows are back, squeezing your shoulder blades, chest out. We have 3. So now we're gonna go to lateral lunges. Okay, so those can look like 2 different things. You can do them like this if you have bad knees, or you can do them like this if your knees are good. These are going to target some smaller muscles, more your inner outer thighs, more your glutes, just because the weight is more unilateral, I guess. And the last one is curtsies. These would be, again, if you have bad knees, I know Carolyn has bad knees. If you have bad knees, you can just stick to basic squats, basic lunges, basic movements. Even the sumo squats like we did yesterday, where your knees go out to the side. These would also be great to have a weight. For those of you who have weights, I forgot to grab one, I might grab one for the next set. Okay, we're gonna do core. So we're coming down, we're gonna do reaches. I'm a really big fan of these right now. So reaching back and forth. Really reach for that toe. And then we're gonna go to rope climbs. You can tell they're my two favorites right now. So up, climbing up the rope, really reach. Reach like you actually are pulling a rope. Pulling it up, pulling it down. Really lift as high as you can off the ground. Pull that rope. We have one more after this before break. We're going into push-ups. And we're gonna do tricep push-ups today. Well, you know what? We're gonna do a bunch of different ones. Okay, so we're gonna start with wide push-ups. So you can do these from your knees or full ones. We're gonna do 5 rounds of push-ups all together, like 1 each set. So we're gonna vary them each time. So this one we're doing wide. Nice wide hands. That way we can target different areas of the chest. Make sure that core is pulled in. All right, now we're resting. We're gonna have a full minute rest and then we go into round 2. Karen, you're here. Steph, you're here, awesome. Okay, we got 4 of you on today. So if you have a weight for the lunges, the curtsies, the leg stuff, grab one. I'm gonna grab one. Not sure if I really wanna use it, but probably should. I always recommend lighter for curtsies or those side lunges, just because you want to make sure your form is really good. So I'm actually going to grab, you know what, no I'm not. I used to make fun of my clients. I have this little tiny kettlebell. I used to call it a paperweight, and I used to not let them use it because it's so tiny, and my youngest kid at the time used it, so I was like, no grown adult should be using that kettlebell. That was when I was a little bit more hardcore, you guys. Okay, ready? We're going back to T-jacks, TH-jacks. Okay, so if you want, you can add a squat to make them a little harder. Or you can keep them at regular, or you can do them with no impact, just stepping side to side. You do you, no judgment, no criticism. Today's a day. I said to my kids, today's gonna be a day. High kicks. Because it just started out so great. My son said, every day's a day, Mom. I said, that's a good point. It's the last day of March, which part of me is like, March felt like somehow twice as long as February. Log jumps. I don't know if anybody else felt that way. It felt super long. At the same time, I'm like, I can't believe it's gonna be April tomorrow. I'm kind of feeling like that. Holy crap, a whole year has gone by, and I don't know about anybody else. I mean, it's not like I'm waiting. Half burpees, you guys. I gotta say, I hate these. It's not like I'm waiting for anything, but there's a feeling, like really subconsciously, like I'm still waiting from last year when I got home from Florida and all this stuff kind of compounded. And I'm kind of still waiting, like when's it gonna be done? Short issues. Okay, lunges. So if If you have a weight, make sure your torso is upright, perpendicular to the ground. If you're not using a weight, do the prisoner style like we did initially, with your hands up, just to make sure that, so now we're going side to side. Your torso is in good form. If you're doing these lateral ones, you want your weight over the bending foot. You want to make sure your knee never slides forward past your toes. You want to make sure your butt is sinking. Sometimes people bend more. Curtsies. Sometimes people, I used to have a client that used to like do this every time she squatted. I'm like, you're not squatting. You're just, so you want to always think of chest up. Just think chest up, and it'll usually help you. Like, just stick your boobs out. But again, same with this one. You want to make sure your knee is tracking directly over. Okay, we're in core. We want to protect our knees. One of the best ways to protect your knees, if you have bad knees, is to strengthen your inner outer thighs, your hamstrings. We tend, especially those of you who run, we tend to be very quad dominant, and often between tight or the quad dominance, and then there's tight hip flexors and glutes that aren't working, meaning they're not firing. We get things like knee issues. We get IT band syndrome, and that's usually where you feel on the outside of your knee. And that's almost always related to those three areas. Stretching out your quads, strengthening your glutes. Okay, we're gonna do tricep push-ups this time. Okay, so arms, elbows stay in. I had IT band issues 1 year after my third child. I'd never had injuries ever before in my life. And I remember I couldn't go down hills. It was so super painful. I had to go down backwards to not aggravate because it's quadricep related. But I didn't strength train. I only ran, and I only ever ran. And, you know, I have 4 kids now. At the time I had 3. And with each kid I had, you know, all these muscles get looser, and with no strength training, they're not supporting, right? Like this, I think in yoga they call it the box or the square. This area is the root of most of our problems, especially runners. So, and it usually has to do with glutes primarily. The one thing to know, you guys, is wherever you're feeling pain or an injury is usually not the site of the problem. It's just the site of the, what do you call it, symptom? Symptom? Help me out, Steph. She's a nurse. Where you're feeling it is not usually where the problem is. So if you have plantar fasciitis, it's almost always related to the calf, right? This muscle here, there's a spot in there where it gets tight. There's like a knot. And a good therapist can find that knot, release it, and then it releases the whole thing. So what my osteopath taught me was wherever you feel the pain, you roll or stretch and work on the areas on either side of the pain. So if you're feeling pain in the knee, you work on your calf and your quad. If you're feeling pain here, you know, you work on your glute. You don't work on the actual site of pain because that's not where the issue is. It's about releasing the areas around the pain. Okay, we're going to round 3, guys. We got 3 more to go. I need to work on my arms, she says. I know. I need to know from you guys who has weights, because I'd like to incorporate some weights at some point, but I'm always worried too because I'm not sure if people have. What I'd love is if you do not have weights and you do these workouts, put in the comments, no weights. if you have no weights, okay, my clock is freezing. We're going into TH jacks. Oh my gosh. I've been saying for years that I need to get a new iPad, but I literally only use my iPad for this app. And somebody messaged me the other day, he's like, what app do you use? I'm like, I don't even know where to find it. Oh my gosh, come on. We got an extra long break on this one. Okay, let's go. Okay. TH jacks. And you don't have to do the squat, you can do these. We just want your heart rate up. Just adding a little bit of extra leg power. For years I suffered from lower back and hip pain, and it was always, a lot of it stemmed, a lot of problems, you guys, this is something probably not a lot of women know, and you need a very specific health professional to help you with it, especially if you've had children. But even my kids, my boys, your pelvic floor can be a source of havoc. Leg jumps. Your pelvic floor, which holds your hips, the bowl, your hips, your lower back, can get really tight, and pull on everything. And so I used to have to go get, sounds kind of weird, these are the saddest looking log jumps. You guys can't see yourself right out. So I'm sorry, I hope you're jumping over more than a twig. But yeah, I used to have to get my pelvic floor released. And you need, I think, an osteopath, or some chiropractors can do it. But that would give me so much relief from, the problem is it would always come back. I ended up resolving that issue, but whew, it took a long time. Okay, but it's just what I'm kind of getting at is the issue is never the issue. That's how our bodies work. Sometimes plantar fasciitis or hip problems or problems in our legs can be from our upper body. Often, I worked in a shoe store, a running shoe store for years. Oh, I'm starting to feel these, you guys. And feet, the problems, I learned a lot about feet, shoes, how they go together, and how they affect the body. And your feet are your baseline, right? Your feet are what hold you. And so if you don't take care of your feet, you can have problems in your shoulders, your neck, because it all is connected and kind of radiates up your body. But I'm always, as I'm sure you guys have seen or figured out, I'm always curious about people, the body, the mind. And so I watch for patterns. So I'm no doctor, but I learned so much just from, field experience, literally. So really reach of helping people figure out, well, why is my knee bothering me? And between my own experience and just kind of talking to so many people, coming up with patterns, seeing patterns and regularities, even between shoe brands, running shoe brands, I could identify, you know what, this is your problem, I think you need this shoe. It was really cool. I miss it a little bit. Shoes can make your whole life. Because happy feet, especially if you're a runner or you're on your feet, oh man, happy feet are such a great thing to have. Okay, we're going to have our arms offset, so like this. Okay, we're going to do push-ups, and then the next set we're going to do the other way. So whatever hand you have forward on this one, I have my right hand forward. I'm going to have my left hand forward on our next round. Whew. I'm feeling good, but not good enough to do full push-ups today. It's not a full push-up day. All right, 3 down, 2 to go, you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Tasha. Yeah, see, and my little one that I won't let people use is 10. I could probably lend you some, Tasha. You live close to me, and I have a zillion weights. I could lend you some. I could lend you 1 or 2. Jill, do you have weights at home? Jill and Karen? I'd like to hear from Dawn, Linda. I think they both have weights. Leslie is a regular. Nicole, trying to think of all the regulars that do the workouts. Jennifer Sharp. Let me know if you do not have weights. If you have weights, we're good. I'm gonna start incorporating a little bit more. Because ladies, we need to work on our upper body more, and all I can come up with is push-up stuff. All right, round 4. Let's go. Okay, T-jacks, TH jacks. We're headed into Easter weekend. Weather's not looking tremendous here. Wish we could move Easter a little later. I guess we can't do that, can we? What are we doing? Leg jumps? No. High kicks. This is our second last round. We have 1 more after this. Lift that leg. You can go faster to get a higher cardio going. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I know this happens with running. With running, and honestly, I'm the same person here as I am when I'm running. I just say, things just come out of my mouth, and something's about to come out of my mouth that I'm gonna regret. Because there's a saying of runners, what we say when we're running stays while we're running. What we say on the trail stays on the trail. Because I swear I know things about people that I run with, and I'm like, I shouldn't know that. But so Steph has a challenge in her wellness group to give up a form, how does she say it, of a non-productive drink. Can't remember how she said it. Basically a drink that does not contribute to your health. She's challenged, so maybe it's sugary coffee, like a latte, maybe it's pop, maybe it's, I would say Gatorade counts, and she said hers is red wine. I'm thinking about it. I'm saying it out loud, but I'm thinking about it. I haven't fully digested it enough, but I'm thinking about it. I did notice it didn't say all alcohol, so I could, if I really wanted to, I could have a beer, which I can skip beer. I feel no need to have beer, but it's 30 days, Steph, it's 30 days. I'm good on Chris's off weeks. When Chris is working, He works 7 on, 7 off. I don't drink wine. I have my tea and good. The minute he's around, it's like not time to party by any stretch. Like, I definitely am not a party person. It's like, oh, he's off, I'm off. It's like kind of like I feel like I'm on holiday, I think that's what it is, which I'm not. I'm working. He's off. But I'm saying out loud that I'm considering it. I'm not fully ready to commit yet. But I think that it would probably be, I had been saying to myself that I need to do a no wine month, and I should have done it in February, but I definitely was not even remotely ready to consider it. So I'll throw it out to everybody on here too. Everybody doing this workout. Would you want to give up something for April? Is that Lent? Is that why you're doing that stuff? Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I don't know anything about. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not offending anybody. Okay, so left hand forward for me. If you are interested in giving up a form of non-productive beverage, so whether it's alcohol or non-alcohol, maybe it's, I know a lot of people are really addicted to, oh my gosh, ice caps is what I'm trying to think of, or I need a reset with wine. I know, me too. I do good every other week. I do really good every other week. That's a huge improvement. Okay, we have one more round. One more round for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When people give things up for 40 days or whatever? That's Lent, right? Oh my God, I'm making such an ass out of myself right now. Or did that already happen? Anyways, who's in? Who wants to join us? You don't have to commit today. You can commit on tomorrow's workout, because that's when I'll decide. I'll decide tonight. I'll decide tomorrow. That's Lent. It ends this week. Yeah, so I missed the boat on that one. Well, if I'm not mistaken, Lent is 40 days, right? So 40 days is 10 more days than 30, which is 2 more than 28. Okay, I'm not ready to say it out loud yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it. I think it could solve the last of my problems. I think it could solve the last of my, I'm feeling actually amazing, you guys. Like, this is week 4 on top of 6. This is week 10. My running's kind of sucking, but I'm feeling really good. And I think that's kind of the last little piece that I think would help. All right, let's go hard. This is the last one. Can we go faster? Can we go harder? 30 seconds of each. Whew. Lost me. Push, push, push. Last of these. I'd like to fit into my summer clothes. And I currently do not. And I'm trying to decide if that's an unreasonable thing. If I was just a different size, different shape last year. But there's a lot of stuff going on in my life right now that's really good. And I think, there you go. A wine detox. I'm just trying to talk myself into it, you guys. I know all the reasons I should. I just don't want to say I'm going to do it if I'm not fully committed, because want to let myself down or everybody else down. Okay, cardio is done. Last set of legs. All right. Woo. Tasha keeps posting about her turmeric tea that she's making at night. I have some really good David's tea. And if I have to, I can have a beer. I actually had a Guinness the other night. That's my favorite beer. One of my favorite beers. But it sat in the fridge. It's been there since probably about a year, maybe less. Months and months and months. It just sits there. I just don't have the, beer just doesn't call to me. Like I can resist beer. Wine, I love my wine. Okay, last set of core. We're gonna do V push-ups for our last one. Really reach, try to get to those feet. V push-ups is gonna be our last push-up set. If you have bad wrists, do a different push-up. Or you can always do elbow plank if we're doing push-ups and you can't do push-ups. Or you can do like this if you have weights. Plank, if you don't have heavy enough weights, plank is probably going to be more effective. You can do it on your elbow. Okay, V push-up. So hands are in like this. You're in a V formation and you're dropping your head down. These are amazing for your shoulders, but hard on your wrists if you have bad wrists. And my theory around wrists and bad wrists are, they are kind of, I don't want to say genetic, but like like my sister has bad wrists. So there's no rhyme or reason. There's no reason she should have. Tasha, you're super young, you have bad wrists. Like, if you have bad wrists, it is what it is. Thank you guys for joining me. Remember to let me know in the comments if you do not have weights. If you have weights, don't even worry, but if you don't have weights, let me know. And let me know if any of you are in for Steph's drink challenge. See you tomorrow.